PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 115B. When I mentioned that this data structure stuff, I'm going to create several videos from the 115 video category. This is B, the next one will be C, and so on. Okay. Now, what I want to talk about today is the linked list. It's like the linear collection of data elements called nodes. I wish I had the mapping to show you. I don't know if you're familiar, but with nodes, it's like different. I'm gonna say data points, right? And you connect this one to that one. You can connect to that one. So and it's like a linear collection of data, right? And it's kind of like a tree. It's like in an array, right? When you create an array with 10 items, it's in the memory. There, the first memory is that first one, right? Index 0. Let's say 10, and it keeps going up. But you can find it all within that same space, the same memory space. But for this one, they're not really like that. They're like all over the place. They could be below, they could be above. They're like in memory. They're not like continuous. They're not continuous memory location. They're not stored that way like an array. So it's a collection of data elements, right? Again, called nodes. And just remember, an array is in memory together like that. And of course, with this, it's not gonna be like that. That's why you have the thing to point to the next one and to the previous one, those kind of things. Now each node contains like data and the pointers and the reference to that next node in sequence, because in each one it'll tell you, okay, this is it, but then the next one will be in this location. It's like it's telling you. So like each node that contains like the data and of course the pointer, right, to the next one on the sequence on the whole thing. That like they're not lined up, but they're all over the place. But because you have that pointer that will point to the next one, and then when you get to that next one, you have a pointer that will get to the other next one, and of course to go back to, you can reverse the pointers, right? You can go to the previous, and then in this one, in this case, we want to go to the next one. Excuse me for my nasal, still have problems with that. I don't know, I just can't seem to, the breathing, I guess when you get older that's what happens. But hey, I'm so sorry and I apologize. My videos will get better, and hopefully by the 2026 I have things in place, but for now please bear with me. So like I mentioned, right, the linked list only has a pointer to the next one, and that's it. And then you can always get to the previous two. And now the key I guess the key components of that whole thing, like the node, is the fundamental elements that contains the data, and like I mentioned again, has the pointer to the next one. And I guess the head itself, the pointer to the first node in the list, that will be your head. And then you have one pointer that will go to the tail. It's called the pointer to the last of the node. That will be the tail. Listen, in a standard PHP implementation, custom class structure is the way to go. I like the array stuff better when you got in memory, because it's an old one, right? And what I want to do is I want to create, let's create a class so we can kind of see what I'm talking about, so you can kind of see it. And I created a file. We're dealing with this one right here. With this one right here. See, LinkedList. And what I'm going to do is, I'll show you to, I should have had that, should have had it all written down and tested. We're going to test it together. How about that? And hopefully that works out. So let's do a create a class. Remember the class how you create an object-oriented programming? You create the class, that's the blueprints, and then you create an object later after you've done all that stuff, so you can use it. That way you can use the methods and the properties. Remember how we did that? I'll show you in a second. So let's say we're going to call this one a node. I'm going to call this a node, right? I'm going to put some spaces here, so because what I want to do is I want to create a couple of public, like the actual data, and then I want to create the next part. So we're going to call it, maybe we should call it something, let me see. The best way to do it, if we could just say this is the data. Excuse me, guys. And this is the public. Remember how we talked about you got public, you got private. Remember that? Well, the public means everywhere within the class or within another class you can read this data. It's public. And this one we're going to call next. We're going to call this one next. And then we're going to create the constructor. Remember, that's how we get information in there when you're calling it. You'll see what I'm talking about. And we're going to say, now we're going to say, remember, it's a function, which is a method, right? And we're going to do how you do constructors. You do the double underscores like that. If you did like this, it won't give you an error, but it won't work. That's number 3. So if you ever did something like this and then it didn't work, I said, wait a minute, but everything is in place. Look for because I did that one time and I'm like, well, I can't see it, because when you look at the underscore like on the system, it kind of looks like it's just one line. And if you add another one, it just doesn't see, especially when you got blurry vision like myself. So let's see, we're going to do construct. That's how you do it, right? $data, like this. Then, of course, we're going to, open with a squiggly, they call it. I call it a curly bracket. And then and within here, we're going to read this guy. We want this guy to be assigned to a variable. Remember this, because we're talking about this class, this particular class. You're going to use the word this, and it's this data, and this is the data we're talking about. This is the data right here. So we're going to say data equals $data. So all that information that you get from here is going to be assigned to here, to within the class. Okay, and then over here. We could say $this, like this. We're going to say, because we are talking about next, we're going to say no, in case it's nothing, right? We got nothing. And then let me see, I want to make sure that I have everything in place. This belongs to this one. How can I do this? How about we do... Let's take this. I mean, it doesn't make a difference really, but I just like keeping track of stuff. So I'm going to go like this and then put that here, meaning that this is the end of this one. That's all it means. This one is supposed to be the end of that one. So we're going to take this class, this little information. It's just comments. That's all it is. And then we're going to say like that. Now we know. Do I need anything else? Okay, I'll tell you what, we don't know. Let's see what happens. Now let's open up another class, right? We're going to open up another class. We're going to call it the LinkedList class. LinkedList class. Sing this. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do the curly, we're gonna bring it down, and this one we're gonna put over here. I know, you know what, sometimes if you don't do these kind of things, you'll be like, okay, wait a minute, now that takes a lot of your time to search. It is easy, but you get these errors that come over here anyway. But I just like to have it. So in this one, we want the public to be the dollar head, right? That's the head. And now we'll do that. And then I want to create a public method, which is a function, right? And this is 1, 2, like that. And we're going to say constructor. And then we're going to say nothing, because we're going to pull it out from there. So how about we do this? Just like, I know it's stupid, but I think it's a good idea to do these kind of things. Alright, this one belongs to that one, this one belongs to that one. What should we put here? Let's see, we're gonna say this, I'm gonna go like this, I'm gonna say that's the head because that's what I want, and I'm gonna add no to it for now. Okay, and then I want to insert some kind of, let me see, let's do a public function, because since we do have construct here, this also, we already did that. We could say function, and I'm going to run an append, and over here we're going to say dollar data, like that. Let's move this guy down, and like me, you know how it is. Let's do this. La, 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 la. Hope everybody's doing okay with this Christmas celebration. Let me see. You know something? What the heck I was trying? What was I going with this? But I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this, and I wanted to do the append. Okay, how about we put here? Man, I'm gonna insertion at the end, which will be the append, right? This will keep us track. We're gonna do this, do that. Okay, within here, I want to create a new node, right? Because that's gonna be your next. And then you're gonna say, hey, new node, and then you're gonna say dollar data, like that. Then we're gonna do this. I'm gonna open that up. Oh, wait a minute. That's not right. Get that out. Oh man, I jumped to conclusion here. Why would I? That don't look good. Okay, this is what I want, like that. And then I want to see. So I want to do a condition, right? If dollar, maybe I should put a space here. If dollar, remember I told you, because this is within the class, so you have to kind of put the this in it. We talked about this already. We says this is, because this is strict, we're gonna check out the equals sign, but make sure that it's strict wise, okay? Oops, so Daisy, what's going on? Why I'm slowing down here? Can't make this video too long. And then over here, we're gonna say, all right, this head. You know, when you play around with these things, you start to say, oh, I understand that, because you know, every time you talk about, oh, data structure, it's a LinkedList, tree, queue, right? And then you be like, okay, what's it's going to be complicated, this and that, and then you really think about it, it's not as complicated. And then let's see, oh, we got this. All right, so we go in there, and then what we want is this information that's here to come in here, because we want it in here. It's like sorting. Remember how we used to add another little spot so you can pull put it in there, and then you move the other thing into that spot, and then you take that thing that you put in here, and you move it back to the other one. It's kind of like that. So we'll say dollar view, like that. Node. Now this one, we could kind of say it's a list is empty. What is it when this is empty? The new node is the head. That's it. And then you just return, right? So you just say return like that. Now this one, I could take this here and kind of go like this. Put it right here. Like that. Alright. This might be confusing, but is this the same class? Yes, it is. So then what I did was I said, alright, maybe I could just, within this public, what you would call it, the pen, I'm going to put it, if I did this, then I'm going to need to get that information put into the current. So we'll put here like dollar current, like this. And then we're going to say dollar this, remember, because we're in the same class. And then we're going to say, maybe I move this down a little bit because, you know, we want to do the wow, wow, wow. Let me see, I have to think about this for a second. If I wanted to create this, then this has to go somewhere. So what happens is, if the current next, let me see. Wait a minute. This is, if I did, let me see. It would be the same one. Let me see. Transfers, that's that, the pub. Where's the pen? Okay, right here. We could just keep it here. We're gonna say we have to, because otherwise it won't work. Let me see. And then we go to this dollar this head. Uh-oh. I was supposed to go to the doctor, like I said, and then you canceled on me. And then it's like a long, wait a minute, why am I doubling it up here? Why am I doing this? What is going on here? What is wrong with you, buddy? What is wrong with you? So if I did this, then I want to read, let me see, this is that end, right? Which happens to be this one. I guess okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the while. I'm going to do while. And then we're going to the dollar current. Let's say. And then we're going to say next. And then we're going to go like this. And we're going to do boom, boom. I say just true. If it's not equal to no, that's one space. That's good enough. Then I'm going to put a curly. What I told you, keep track of your curlies. We'll do this, and then I go like that. That's it. And then in here, I know it might get yourself confused. Just remember, you got a dot. It's a comment in the screen to be a different color. Then I want to say current like this, because I want to go through it. Oops. And then you're going to say current, and then you're going to say next, like that. Let's see, you do the current, you go like this, it moves it on to the next, alright, and then within this one, let me see, if I had this one together with this one, then over here I'm going to have dollar current next, like that. And then you go new node, and then I guess that's would be, this would be something for let me see, let's put it over here. We want to link the whole the the old last node to the new node, just like I've been saying, to the new node, last node to the new node. Right, which is cool. Now within this, let me see, this is what belongs to that one. That one belongs to this class. So I guess I would like to create another public function before we start invoking it. So how about we do this? We do public like this, and then we'll say this is a function, right? And we're gonna say display because we want to display stuff. I mean, that's the whole point, right? So you go like this, and you want to display this stuff so we can see what's going on. Like this. Oops. And let me just do this. Right, and then in here, I want to say $current equals to $disk. That that's the head, right, which is this guy right here, and then I want the output to be output equals head like this, and then what we do is we just keep adding to it. So now we're gonna do a while loop, right, because we want to go through it. I know it's a little weird. We're gonna say current if it's not equal, so let's say not equal node. I think I'm going deaf too on top of that. Let me see. I think it's something. Let's do the curly. Let's move this guy. Let me put a space there, like that. And then within here we'll say the output. Remember, because we just created that one. Then we're gonna add this. Let me say concatenate that one. Oops, sorry. That's what that dot does, because you created this. Anything that you write here will get right next to here. Then you're gonna do it again and again and again and again. Depends on what you want. So if you did that, you say, well, I want the current data, and then of course we're gonna add like this. Maybe I should put. Let's do it like this. And then we'll go like this, and then we'll create another one. We're gonna say $output like that. Sing the song and make you cry. I wrote a song, guys. I wrote a song. I just gotta create the music part. I think I'm gonna do. Might be blues. It might be rock. I don't know. I have to see. I want to use pentatonic. Okay, data, do. Okay, right here, after you have done that, let me see, I have to think about that. Now I'm going to output no, just in case there's, let's say this, if it's not equal to or no, meaning that there is something there, do this. If not, then just return. Can I line this up? Just do this. And just say the word no, like, how about like that? All right, so let me see. You think it'll work? After you have done that, well, we want to echo the thing, right? Because what's the whole point of creating these things if you're not going to echo it? So let's echo this thing. Let's see what we got. We're going to say $output. And then we're going to put, remember how I like to jump to this, and then that's about it. I mean, now we're gonna create the thing. Instantiate this stuff. Let's see what we got here. What the hell? We say list, and then we're gonna say how we create those things by saying the word new and linked list. And this is what. Hold on 1 second. Let me put this over here. This here is what. Wait a minute. I think something's wrong. Something is up there. Wait a minute. This here belongs to. See, you gotta think here. It's not right. This needs to get out. Like this. See? Look. Because this guy belongs to this linked list. Okay, good. You can't have it inside unless you were doing something. It depends on what you're doing, but not in this case. I think I'm gonna leave it down like this. We linked list. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna say now that we created this, now we're gonna take this and then we're gonna. This is an object. Right now, this is an object, and now I want you to send stuff over to the, where is it? To this guy right here. And he's going to take that information, and of course it'll say which one is first, second, that kind of thing. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's move this a little bit. We're going to say $list like that. Then you're going to say append, right? And then you're going to give it a number. Now, when you did the append, as you know, where is it? See, it's going to put that information in here. Then it's going to say, well, is there something in there? Then do this. And if it's something not there, then, if something there, do it. If something's not. If there's something there, if it's equal to no, meaning that it's nothing, then do this. But we're not doing that. We're sending that information right in there. So we're going to send, let's say we do 100. Let's do this, look. Then with, how about if we, let's see, how about if we do it like that. I know it's stuck. You don't have to be all lined up. I just like to do that. It has to be at least readable. See, now we send that information in there, but we still don't know, if it did it. So, I'm going to save this. And then what I would like to do is, we do this one. This, by the way, this one right here, let me write this down. This one right here, the 300, is the last node. That will be the tail. And then what you do is you say, okay, let's echo this information, right? Because you already did it, you're not seeing anything. So let's do list after appending. How about that? Because now you're appending. See, look, you appended this one. First there was nothing in it. Then you appended this one. Then you appended this one. Okay, let's put a little, and then we'll say this. And now we're gonna go running. See that display? See, you're using this right here. Where is it? Here, you're gonna do this information. Then the display will give it to you on the screen. So we'll say $list, which is the symbol. Now we're using the another method, right? All these are methods, by the way. And then you're gonna say display, because you want to look at them. Okay, let's see. You think it'll work? Let's see. This goes with that, that goes with that, yeah. And this one goes with that. Okay, let's see. Remember what I told you. You do nodes. In memory, they could be in different memory location, not straight out like the array, lined up like, you know. What's going on? I must be missing something. Don't tell me my computer's doing it again. First I did. Maybe it's confusing the. Let me see. This node. It's giving me node. Why? You know I should have tested this out. The list. Did I spell that right? Yeah, look, it's list right here. So you go list in the pens, pens and pens, and then you go echo. Something is missing. What did I miss? I thought I had it all. Let's see what we got here. Huh. All right, something happened. Something is missing. All right, let's get to the top for a quick second, see what it looks like, because right now I'm seeing that it looks kind of fine. I mean, let me see. I have a class called node. Then you got data. Then you got your next. Then you have a public function with the constructor. I don't think you need 3. I think it's just 2. Then you go this data. All right, next will be the node. And then you create a class called LinkedList, which I did. LinkedList. I see no errors, as you can see. There's no. I think everything is lined up. Let's see. So if I created a public $head, then I created a function, right? Constructor. Maybe I'm doing the constructor part, but it can't be. I know I'm doing it right. And then I say, okay, this is the this, and the head equals to node. Then I created another public function called append $data. And then I said, okay, wait a minute, no. Then I said the $new node equals new node, which is this guy. Where are we? Data. You pass that information to here, but you don't need to have things in parentheses because it gets picked up by this guy. He picked it. Maybe I misspelled something. Did I pick it up right? Yeah, looks perfectly. Looks perfectly. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Is it constructor with the 2? It doesn't use 3. It's impossible. Let me see. Maybe let's see what we got here. So if I did this and I added this node to the data, now it's new node. Now I want to see if this equals to node. If this head equals to node, okay, if it is, let's say, then you're going to say this that equals to new node. List is empty. Right? Let's see, new node is the head. Then it returns it, which is here. Then I go current equals this. Oh, there it goes, right there. You would think you would get some kind of error, but I found it right here. Like I told you, man, I'm blind. Anyway, So what happens is, let me see, we're going to check every other one just in case I made a mistake. This will be the current next, right? Let me see, goes that node, all right. Then we say we're going to take this current next, push it into here, and then the current next will have the new node because you did created it over here. And then let me see. Don't tell me. And then what do? You want to traverse the thing. Let me see. I don't know, man. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, so this function equals to the head, of course. You got, this is nothing. This is just, just text. Then I say I want to check to see if it's a node. And if it checks to see if it's not a node, I'm sorry, then you do that. But if it is, you put this as node. But then when you do that, you go like this. I don't know, maybe it's the way I'm doing it. Basically, if it's not, you do this, and why? I would prefer to put, let me see. Why would I? Videos. Oh no, that's right. You can't do that right here. You will have to do output node, as in. We're gonna test this out. I didn't like this. This part right here is a little confusing to me. If I did this and dot this, what would I? If it's not equal, then it'll do this. Then go here after that. Use the word. Maybe I should have put the word. Let me see. Echo this up to display. It goes here. It goes output. Of course it does. This works out good. It looks good. Let's see. I mean, I don't see a problem. 2, that's the wrong way. Let's see. Then you do the echo of the output because you want to, check it out. Now over here you say you want to append this, you append that guy. It's the most outrageous. Oh, let me see. B, and boom. Nope. Linked list after pending. Linked list after pending. Something is definitely not working here. Oh man, let's see. What did I miss? Let's see. This spells right. Singing a song that will make you cry. Okay, let's see. It looks fine to me. I mean, this thing. Don't tell me my system is. If I did this, if I did the display, that would be displaying the head, which I did, right? Then I did the header, which is be the output. And of course, you're going through the current thing. Then you say current data, current next. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't look right. This looks kind of weird here. I put, you can't have the next with, why did I do that? See my automatic situation. Surprise me. This is, yeah, like that. And then I did the output node because I was looking at this. I was like, how could this be? This is, let's put a little space here, man. You confuse yourself when you don't put spaces. And then what happens is when you go up the, oh man, my legs. When you go up there, you're gonna say, okay, current. Yeah, there you go. There goes the current right there. You go to current next. You say that this is the new node, right? I did that already. And then of course you going through the loop, right? The while loop. And you're gonna say, well, with while loop, where are we? While loop is next, current, next, current, next. I'm scratching my head, that's what you hear. And then you say current, current, next. Oh, that looks good. All right, let's see. Something is broken. What did I break? This is the way it is, man. I'm telling you. You do the stuff and you go, okay, man, data. I said that I wanted data and then I wanted next. Get it? Because this is supposed to be a data and then it has a pointer to the next. Then I wanted the construction, which is the construct data. It's supposed to be 2, not 3. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Dollar data, this. And then I said, well, you know, I want the next to be a no for now, the beginning of it anyway. Then I closed it up and I created a linked list because this is what does all the stuff. So when I did the linked list, I said, well, I want public the head. Let me see. Public head. Let me move my legs a little bit. And then I said, okay, let's create a function, right, with the constructor. And then the constructor gives me the node to the head, okay. And then I wanted to create another one, the append one, and that gives me the. I'm sending the date. Wait a minute, APPEN, yeah, and data. This could be anything. I just wanted to keep it, you know. This style of data. Then the new node will be new node data. And then go up here. It's going to use this guy, new node, and that's the data. And that's constructor right there. And maybe it's just the way I'm doing it. And then, wait a minute. And then, what you do is you say, okay, let me check out if this is equal to head 1, 2, and 3 node. If it's equal to node, say the head is the new node, list is empty, new code is the head. So then you go this way, and then you want to return it, right? Once you return it, then you want to set up the current one. The current is this $head. And of course, you want to go through that whole thing with a loop anyway, right? So I would say current underscore next not equal to the no. If it's not equal, then I want you to say the current next to the current. And then, hold on a second before I do anything. Okay, just want to be sure. And then what happens is I'm missing something. And not quite. We do the new node. So basically that's what I want. And then I say, well, okay, it's time for me to display, because that's kind of what I wrote here. Look, display $list display. So then, let me see. I came here, and this is the append, right? I think I have everything from the append, and then I say, okay, let me display, because I want to display this thing. So I say the $current equals to $this head. Then you got your output. Output will be header equals this. Then you want to go to the loop, right? Because you want to check if it's not. If its current is not equal to no, that means there's something in there. Then I want the current data. See, maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Current data to the output. And then you want to say current, $current, because I made a mistake. Oh, I know what it is. This is no good. So you say, well, that's not what it should be, but I mean, at least dollar current will probably be equal to next. And then if I went to the output would be, what would be the output? The output would be node. I don't like this. And then I'm going to say equals to output, like this. And of course I want to jump down 2 lines. Then I want to call the linked list. Maybe I was spelling it wrong, but that would give me an error when I say, listen, there's nothing there. Then you said the append equals to 10, the append equals to 200, the append to 300. That's what I want. And I could go on and on, but what's the point, right? Then I say I want the list, and then I want to display it. There he goes. There you go. You saw that? All because of that one little stupid dot. This one right here. Because I didn't want to do that. I mean, it's the first one, right? I don't want to get that next. It's got to be separate. It's got to be because if you had something here and you added the next into that one, it would look like, oh, let's say 10 and then and something else next to each other. We don't want that. And so I looked at it and said, oh, that's no, I don't know what that is. And there it goes. The listed list after the appending, the head will be the head, right? Then of course you got your 100, 200, 300, then you got your node. That's just the last part, that's all. And that's basically it. I mean, wow. I'm sorry, guys. It took me a little time to look at this stuff. And yay, together. Thank you very much, guys, for helping me out. So, like, for the big old notation for the linked list, what I wanted to say that this would be what did I do for the last video? It was I put down that this will be the operation, right? And then this will be the big O notation, like that. And how about, let me just put this together like this. And then over here we just, what the heck, it's just like that. And how about a description? We'll do that. Description. See this stuff? All this stuff here, I'm going to put it inside another one, another file called .list. This is a PHP one. But all this is going to be in another file called .text, which is this whole thing, this whole example. Plus, I'm going to add some comments, okay? The stuff that I'm about to write down, which I shouldn't be writing it down, but I guess I could show you. So when you insert the head, let me see. When you insert at head, I'm gonna put it like this so you can see it. But oh, you know something? It's not gonna know this. How about if we do this so we don't get these errors? And then put it over here, like that. Let's move this over. Okay, I'm going to move this here, like that. And then we're going to say that this is, oh my God, what is that noise? That's the building settling. All right, we go like this is an O1 in the description. Maybe I should put this a little. And then the description will be update we want to update the head pointer, right? That's what we're doing. No. Pointer constant type, like that. constant time, like that. And then what we're gonna do is so I don't have to retype all this, it's not crap. It's just doing it like this. Do this over here. And this one, we're gonna say that when you want to delete the head, right? When you want to delete, how about we just say delete head? This would be also an O1. Then we could say update delete the head pointer. Delete the head pointer. This will be, I guess it's considered an update. And then when you want to, what else do we have? Oh yeah, the tail end, which is this 300. No, that's nothing. I don't even have to put that there. I can just take that out. And then, but if there's nothing there, then that should have popped up. So what we're gonna do is we'll say something like insert at tail, maybe, because you're going that way, like that, and that becomes an ON. Should I do it like this? ON. And that will be must transverse. I don't know, we could say something like must transverse to the last node first. We have to get to the first. That unless unless the tail the pointer, I could say, is maintained. Oh, it jumped over. I don't like that. So what we're gonna do is we'll do this. Push that over. On the description, I'm gonna have the text. Everything's gonna be there, so you don't have to worry about. And then over here would be what would I want to check out? So we deleted the head, we inserted the tail. Oh yeah, the search and the access stuff, right? Because you always have to check for that. I mean, not check for it, but you're going to be doing those kind of things. That will also be an O N. Oops. O N, like that. And that will must. Bear with me, guys. I know it's taking a little time. Sorry. Must let me see, traverse the list from the head. How about that? To find an element. That's what a search does. So we'll move this one down again. Come on. Let me save this. Anyway, what I wanted to remember how we mentioned, like, look, put it like this, and this could be in different memories, it doesn't matter. And it looks like that way. So if you start doing the orchestra, do it the other way, the right way, doing it this way, going back and forth, it kind of reminds you of a sort. You know what I mean? Like a bubble sort. Anyway, we reached the bottom, and that's it. We're done. Hope you understand. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel, give me some comments. See if you can view it on the. Don't worry, I'm gonna make it even more. I'm gonna give you some more things so you can kind of understand. So let me save this. So you can say understand, okay? That way you can, after a while working with it, you can say, oh, okay, I get it. A nice diagram would have been a better idea. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Good night.